Welcome to 10 things we hate about Metal Gear Solid. Before you lose your shit, before you go mad in the comments, go check out the 10 things we love. It's a double series. We do love and we do hate. We've got to do it. It's 10 things I hate, 10 things you hate about Metal Gear Solid. Because as great as it is, and we love it, absolutely love this game, it's a classic in every sense of the word. There are things when you think back and look at it and go, oh, I don't really like that. And this is what this is, basically. Mm-hmm. Right, I started the love so you can start the hate.
Okay, I think this is a issue you can really aim at most Metal Gear games in the franchise, and that is long cutscenes.
Yeah, my very first one.
Yeah, characters can waffle on at times for several minutes.
Oh, right, I'm going to stop you there. What is the one that you instantly think of when you think of long waffling cutscenes?
Ocelot is what I think
it's
of.
a good one.
Or Liquid, I mean.
It's actually Autogon, and when it starts using cutscenes of nuclear war and all that, that fucking thing goes on forever.
Yeah, when like Metal Gear gets a bee in its bonnet about something like the political nature of the game, it really goes heavy on it. And most of the dialogue is heavy on exposition and usually attempting to make some kind of political statement, like I just said. So,
yeah, I agree. I've got it as well. It's so much cutscenes. Well, that's fine in itself. It's how much talking often goes in there. No one just dies. No one just fucking dropped dead.
It's that battle rail effect.
It's that thing. Oh my god!
A choreographed, planned speech ready in case they die. I mean, that's I don't know how they managed to get it out. But there was not that. They could get medical attention almost. They have so much time.
Cyborg Ninja, he gets his fucking arm. Grey Fox gets his arm cut off and fucked up, and he's still talking at you while trying to keep the foot of Metal Gear from crushing him. Stop.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah, they have some really long cutscenes. So definitely an issue, and I think it pads out the game quite a lot. If you took out some of the lengthy cutscenes, I wonder how long the game actually is without them.
Yeah, if you just it's a good point. Right, my next one then is it's Autogon, and ultimately I think when it comes down to what an awful character he is, what an awful character. Other than being a whiny little bitch, he's creepy as fuck about Sniper Wolf a little bit, really, when it comes down to it. Yeah. But also, it's basically I create nuclear and it's just like sharp, you little bitch.
I do think he's on mine as well. He's somewhat of a sympathetic character for sure, like in the sense that he portrays he's quite human, unlike a lot of the characters. Yeah. In terms of his emotions and the way he acts, like his fear and stuff like that. I think there's a running joke of this series that he pisses himself and stuff like that. Yeah. But I think he is really whiny, but I think he's humanized a little bit in that way. Because he's so weak and stuff
he's humanizing. I get that, but when you talk about, I always remember ignoring the pissing himself stuff and all that. It's always when what bugged me was and Snake has a go at him, rightfully so. He's like, oh, don't kill Sniper Wolf. It's like, motherfucker, she shot Meryl. She's trying to kill you. This is not a discussion thing.
I do agree. There is some stalkery vibes going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we both had him as well. I'll go next then as well. Cool. You might have this one.
We'll see.
Saving Meryl. Ultimately, it's bullshit that this completely depends on button mashing. Now, I was fine with it. I'm a button masher. I can do this stuff.
You are.
But the fact that ultimately for anyone else, there's no option or a way of doing it. It's you must button mash. That gets really intense in the last segments of that button mashing. And that's really sucked, because if you couldn't do it, and you were, I don't know, like a single child or whatever, and you no friends or whatever, and you just couldn't do it, you couldn't get past that. You had to get a turbo pad.
Yeah, maybe that was the whole angle. It was a whole marketing ploy, to force people to buy turbo pads, because I don't think Sony actually released an official one, did they?
No, I don't think they ever did, actually.
It was all third-party ones anyway. But
people made money off that.
As a young child, I struggled with that, so it was frustrating that Meryl wouldn't survive because I was incapable of pressing a button fast enough. Basically, that's what it comes down to ultimately.
I think that sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the enemies are plain stupid, basically.
Oh, okay.
You can get into a gunfight, kill several guards, and then go into hiding.
Yeah.
It's an issue with the whole Metal Gear series in a way.
Most stealth games, really.
Yeah, you can pretty much aim this at most stealth games, that you can kill 10 of their friends, and then you could go hide, and they can't find you, and then they'll just go back to their routine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess, Metal Gear was probably one of the first originators of that type of thing, so that's a criticism I can aim at it,
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, it's difficult. Right.
Wait, I mentioned it in my love, but they do fall for the cardboard box trick.
Very easily.
And then also, this is quite a funny one, but you can knock a guard out cold, and then he'll come round and he'll just go back to acting like nothing happens.
Just continue his walk.
You know, like you mentioned in the previous video about experimenting in the first area with the demo and stuff. Like you can go up to and choke out a guy. You can choke him out and screw with him and stuff, and then like if he can't find you, he'll just be like, "Oh, that never happened."
Yeah, he'll carry on doing his route.
So, I think that it's fair to call them plain stupid.
Yeah, as I say, it's one of those where it's just like it's a criticism of all stealth games, really. But yeah, Metal Gear, it has it, so it's there. Right, mine is aimed at the person who made Metal Gear, and it's Kojima, and it's simply the fact you are a pervert, mate. You have a pervy little mind, and it's not changed because if you played Metal Gear Solid 5. You're seen quiet, you know the man's got issues, but you know, ultimately it's almost slightly uncomfortable now to look back and go, okay, so you spot Meryl by the way she walks, her arse, get through the room quick enough, and it's and you'll get her in her pants. Yeah, you got a little bit of a perv mind there, Kojima.
That's the second time I've been able to sneak up on the legendary Solid Snake.
You're Meryl? There's no way you could pass for a man for long.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, that's fair. I think the controls, if you go back and play it, they haven't aged particularly well. Like a lot of PS1 era games. You know, it can be aimed at similar games like Resident Evil 2, which came out the same year. You can tell basically that they came out at a similar time because the games are quite controlled fairly similar. They have that tankish sort of feel. Like Snake can only turn almost at right angles.
Oh yeah, diagonal's a pain in the arse.
Yeah. Controls haven't aged particularly well.
Talking about those awkward controls, if there's ever a point when it's really awkward, it's one of my most hated moments in Metal Gear that if I was to replay it now, I'd hate doing it as much because it's one of the ones that sticks in my mind. And it's the stairs to and from the Hind D, the worst segment of gameplay in it. It just involves you running up the stairs. Well, no, first there's the running up the stairs and trying to basically throwing chaff grenades every few floors because of cameras. That is, and it goes on for fucking ever, and you've got to constantly move up. And the way down, I believe it's gunfight. Yeah. It's a gunfight on the way down with guards. Every couple of floors, you're shooting and shooting and shooting. It's just no fun.
Yeah,
it's just no fun.
Because everything beforehand has been an opportunity to make it through in a stealthy way if you wanted to avoid combat. It forces you into combat, and maybe if you have like played it stealthily throughout up to that point, you'd be completely like unprepared for a gunfight because you just never had done it.
And it's long-winded.
Yeah, it's long.
Yeah.
You know, I'm reaching with some of these because it's hard.
It's hard, yeah.
But again, some of the camera angles in the game are
bad. Oh my god.
You know, it can be hard to navigate past certain cameras and gun cameras due to it being hard to orientate yourself in the right direction.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes
you are reaching, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the cameras can be at a certain angle. It's hard to spot them and whatnot, you know.
Okay.
Because the camera's static, you know.
Okay, well, mine's not reaching. And I imagine most people agree with this, but let's be honest, the Metal Gear Rex fight is a letdown in the end. It requires you to basically play it in a very specific way. It's not difficult either. You know, you use Stinger. It's as simple as that, and you take down the radar first, and then the mouth opens, and then it's liquid basically, and that's all you have to do. You just run around a bit, shoot.
True.
That's it.
Yeah, I think the circumstances of what's like going on in terms of the story and stuff is like makes it a tense moment.
Not that. I think the fist fight is the part that matters.
Yeah, I think that's like it's probably like it's almost like a two-part.
Just you know, Metal Gear Rex was the entire basis of what you were trying to stop, and when it comes down to it, it's like, oh, it's a walking tank that I can take down with a missile launcher.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a good point. Again, I'm reaching here, but it's similar to the control complaint. But it's just also, I just think shooting the guns can actually be quite a pain.
It's not much. No, it is, and particularly if you're trying to do it outside first person.
Yeah, it's an issue again about the turning and stuff. Like shooting at a 90 degree, like turning to a 90-degree angle to shoot. It kind of shoots, like you said about diagonals. It's very difficult. Yeah, so can be a pain.
Yeah. Okay. All this for some bloody ashes. Really break it down. It's like when it comes down to what is the entire basis of that Metal Gear thing, it's like we want Big Boss's ashes, and it's like this is all quite fucking extreme. And how on earth I ever got this far just for some ashes? Just give them the bloody ashes then. Yeah,
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Some of these we kind of already touched on, so I'm not sure. Like we've actually covered a lot of these, but you know, we talked about the button bashing torture sequence that I found really annoying. That's one of mine.
Okay.
Again, I got Snake knowing Morales woman dressed as a guard because of the way her hips move.
Oh, so yeah, Herbie Kojima thing as well.
What else I got? I got character overly long death speeches. We kind of touched on a lot of these.
Okay, well, let me do a couple of mine
the
then.
Storyline being extremely convoluted. Yeah, we kind of, by speaking through it, we've touched on a lot.
Touched on a lot of them.
Because, like I said, I really actually struggled a lot with this. I don't know about you, but it's such a classic game. It's hard to find faults.
It is, and it is. You start getting nitpicky, which is my next one really, and it ties into the convoluted story, which is Fox die. What the fuck is Fox die? How confusing is that? And at the end, to have a Snake being like, basically, how long am I going to live for? And her answer was like, basically, go live.
Yeah.
It's up to you. And it's like, no, it's not. Isn't that the point of Fox Day? It's not up to you. It's triggered by something.
Yeah.
That's what happens to Liquid. And her answer was just like, go live, Snake. I'd been like, fuck you, bitch. What the hell?
Yeah.
Like, is it a word that's going to trigger it? Is it a certain
Can you
event?
Explain this a bit more.
Fox Die is very confusing.
It is, yeah.
All right, ultimately as well, Metal Gear Solid, I do believe, although everyone's got like kind of personal favourites about the series, it set the bar, and it was never really bettered. Metal Gear Solid 2, I've not played 3 or 4.
Really?
Not fully. I played parts.
Yeah.
More
on the HD collection.
Yeah, no, but it's more about time than anything else. That's the problem.
That's one of the best ones. You should definitely play that one.
The thing is, I made sure as well. I tried to learn and watch cutscenes and read and understand. So when it came to 5 particularly, I wasn't out of the loop. And I love Metal Gear Solid 5 up to a point. What's it called? But yeah, ultimately Metal Gear Solid, I don't think it's ever been better. I think everyone respects the series and loves the series, but if you were to sit most people and go, well, which is the best one? They're going to say Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I agree. I think they all add in new things and they're all different by adding different features and whatnot. But yeah, I think you can't really top the original.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And my original would be Metal Gear Solid, not Metal Gear on the NES. Right, so my last one then, it's kind of tied into the whole autogun thing, basically, and it's simply this. The better endgame bonus is the stealth suit, because I feel like that really changes gameplay.
Yeah.
By thing. But to get that, you got to save that gear. And it's like that, with Snake and all that, you kind of think, no, he'd save Meryl.
Yeah.
There's a love story going on, that kind of thing.
Definitely.
It's like, no, but I want the stealth suit, but I got to save this whiny-ass troublemaker who, cried over Sniper Wolf and she barely knew who the fuck he was, you know? Yeah.
I'm not like the person to go to explain like the entire lore of Metal Gear or
like
what happened to certain characters and whatnot. I mean, that's very complicated. I'm not going to go into it entirely, but I'm not actually completely sure like what actually happens to Meryl after the first game if you do save her, because I know Otacon is a reoccurring character throughout. So is Otacon the canon person that's saved or what? I'm not sure.
Well, that's an interesting point. Yeah,
I'm not sure if she's mentioned again or what her fate is eventually, because she doesn't appear as far as I know.
So he must be the canon one. If he appears, he has to be the canon one.
She may appear in 4. I'm not sure. But...
Interesting point. Yeah, let us know in the comments. We're not familiar with that. But yeah, my understanding would be, well, she would have died there then, and that made Oregon the canon one. Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Was that it? You're out?
I'm done.
Right, out as well. There you go.
Nitpicked, a lot there.
Yeah. Yep, no, absolutely. It's often the way when it comes to the 10 things we hate. But there you go. There's the video. Let us know what you think in the comments. If you disagree or agree or have your own, let us know. Thank you for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button.